Welcome back, guys. Obviously, we just finished off some of these little aviation things, but in the last little video, you got to see the fact that he actually started on the one. I guess he's just, kind of dilly-dallying. I don't know what he's doing. We're going to wait for him to finish off with this. I don't necessarily need to watch him, but I guess we're having to wait for all these vehicles to up and leave, which I guess we could just kickstart the process just by booting them out. But we want to keep this in the green, which this is actually kind of doo-doo. But then again, the average is going up because it actually has refueling now. But you can see we're making little bits of monies, not a whole lot. Um, just kind of go from there. And obviously, there's this Mr. Cow again, just coming out here blocking the road, which they always do. Never, you know, keeps them from doing it. All right, but we now have the basic knowledge of airport operation. You can continue expanding your airport for GA aircraft, earning money from services these aircraft. Alternatively, you can expand your airport to handle commercial flights which can carry passengers. When you're ready, click next to proceed, which we're going to go ahead and do that because obviously you want to have the general aviation, but the whole point of this game is to get into the big boys. All right, so obviously we're going to have to construct a terminal. I'm thinking we're going to keep the terminal here right now because it does expand or allow for expansion over here for a secondary terminal, and then vice versa, just whatever we choose to do with the game. All right, so obviously we're going to place one bus stop. I don't necessarily want the road to come off of that, so it's going to be a public road. We're going to have it branch off of this a little bit. We're going to have it do 2 lanes, and we're going to have it come up to 2, not 4 or 3, whatever that might be. And we're going to go back down to 2, and we're going to have them loop all the way back around. I'm going to have it come back up here. Obviously, this is going to actually be our bus stop right here, and our terminal is going to be more so up here and down here, but I'm thinking this is going to be more like the security entrance, and this is going to be the terminals. I am probably going to connect it off of this and kind of have them come down over here. So it's going to be laid out a little strange. Hindsight's 2020. Probably should have paid attention to this, but I did not. And we are just going to, go with it. Obviously, we're going to rotate this. We're going to have a bus stop be right meow. And right meow. And right meow. Now we're going to have 3. Should work. Wait for this to come up. Wait for them to run over there and build that, which is crazy why I still have so many contractors just sitting over there. Not really doing anything. Actually, we're going to come down here to this construction. We're going to go ahead and dismiss. Be nice. Actually, I'm just going to do this. Since there's so many not doing anything, I'm going to dismiss 100 of them. Because there's like 100 of them not doing anything. So, kind of works out. I have at least what are we doing? That is connected. Why am I struggling with this again? It's literally connected, dude. It's because it wants a car drop off. I didn't see that part. Might make a difference. There we go. So we're going to go down here to construct a terminal, which should be terminal foundation. I'm going to build that one space off. Build that right meow. Alright, but we're going to do this. Open the heat map panel and have a look at where passengers and employees can walk. Which I actually have to do floors. I don't want floors. I don't want walls neither. I'm drawing a blank on where this is supposed to be, dude. Let's speed that up. I don't need vending machines. I just want a sidewalk. There we go. And there we go. Just gonna go and build the sidewalk. Gonna go back out on here to terminal. I'm gonna do some medium doors. Rotate this. We're gonna have a door right there, right there, right there, and right there. We are gonna destroy these walls though, because we don't necessarily need the walls, because that kind of defeats the purpose. Alright, let's wait for them to finish building, and obviously all my little minions over there are actually working, and we're saving money. Just don't look down here on the right. That's obligatory. It's out of sight, out of mind. You guys don't see it. Just there we go. So there's the terminal foundation. I don't know why it is wanting me to still do this, but we're gonna go down here to heat maps and displayable walk area. All right, so obviously that's right. The contractors don't necessarily matter to any of that because they're not gonna be walking over there. But obviously can walk on as green, can't walk on as red. But now we're gonna go to basic passenger flow configured, or now that we have that. Soon the terminal will be buzzing with life. Before that, let's take care of your future staff. So we're going to turn that heat map off. Probably going to put the staff room down here. So we're going to go to staff, and obviously staff room. Going to do that. We'll give them a fairly... No, there we go. And we can build walls all the way around that. All right. So we're gonna, but at first we're gonna put walls. So we're gonna go to terminal foundation. Walls. We're gonna put a door there. I have doors on the edges. Wood door. Put door there. And put door there. And we're gonna go back down here to staff. I'm gonna give them some desks. Zoom in. They can stare at the walls for right now. Oh, that's gonna irk me. I'll just put a plant there. Actually, that kind of worked out. Kind of off of it, so that works. But we're gonna go down here to decorations. We're gonna put a banana plant right there, and then this one we're gonna have a fern. There we go. All right. We're gonna do what color of flooring shall we give them? No, we're gonna go with some nice green flooring in here. Nice little green carpet. Vibrant of life, since that was what's green. Before you could accept commercial airlines and handling its passengers, we need a commercial license. Let's set up office spaces in the staff room and for the airport administrators to work in the R&D projects. All right, so I'm just going to hit tab again. We're going to go to staff. We're going to look for applicants. We want just administrators. So obviously you can get the lower skill employees. It just takes longer to do all the tasks. But obviously it does have its cost benefits to this. In the beginning, it doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, it does. It depends on if you're really trying to scrimp some monies or you just want to go, balls to the wall and spend all the money. But we need 2 of them. So we're just going to go ahead and hire this, and then we'll just do, I don't notice the difference, so we'll just go with this guy. But as for right now, another comment. Obviously, the skill level is low starting off, but you can actually train them to do better, right here. We're not going to do that. It does increase their hourly wage by quite a bit, so it does have its drawbacks. We're going to go to operations. We're going to go to R&D projects, click start new project. We're going to get our commercial license. I'm going to go ahead and kickstart that, and make sure you assign the 2 people. Otherwise, you're just going to be sitting there with your thumb up your butt wondering why the game is not progressing. But obviously you can see it doesn't take very long. So we're going to go back down here and exit out of that. I'm going to go ahead and... What are you guys on? What do you mean you can't get through? There's a door right there, my guy. I don't... Can I make this not... I'm not gonna let the contractors chill in there, so you guys can skedaddle on out. I don't know what your issue is, my guy. You should have no excuse because this guy found his way in there. Oh, that's the CEO. Just kidding. Can you not walk? You can walk on the sidewalk, dude. It is comical how apparently the CEO is the only one doing any work. Oh, I'm curious if I can build a bathroom in there, if you guys can find the bathroom. We're gonna go ahead and put it right in front of that, actually. Plop some toilets down. Plop some sinks. I'm gonna put some hand dryers. There we go. Now we're gonna go back down here to this. Go to walls. Go back here to doors. And door. I don't know what your issue is, why you can't find it through that, because that's just a sidewalk, dude. Because if we go down here to heat maps. Did these doors not open? Like, did I? Please tell me I didn't put windows. If I put windows, that tracks. I put windows. That tracks, actually. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, those are windows. Let's speed that up. I thought those were doors. Y'all saw nothing. Go back here. Make sure we actually click doors. That tracks why they can't get in there, though. All right, we're gonna go back to this though. All right, y'all saw nothing. Great. Now that the outside is built, we should focus on the inside. Now that they can actually get inside is actually the main key point here. Passengers will first enter the terminal where they can check into their flights. Then they must pass a security checkpoint in order to enter the secure perimeter of the terminal. Once the flight arrives, they will go to the aircraft via a boarding desk. Passengers arriving at your airport may pass a security exit before they can leave the terminal and claim any bags. Green arrow, departing passenger flow. Red arrow, arriving passenger flow. You think they would do that the other way around? But I mean, that tracks. All right, so terminal passenger flow. We're going to go down here to terminal desks. We're going to do the red one because we want check-in desks. Can I? Yep, yes. Okay. We're going to go ahead and have them. I'm going to have them funnel past this. No, that's a window. So we're going to have them. We're going to do right meow and right meow. All right, so once those are placed, terminal passenger flow. Zone is suitable part of the terminal as secure. Make sure check-in desks are not inside the secure zone. So we're gonna go down here to the security and do secure zone. All of this up here. No, they're gonna do all of that actually. I don't. I have all of that. Excuse me. Be a secure zone. All right. Come back down over here. No, 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 no. All right. So now we're gonna have security checkpoints. Yes, obviously. All right. So we're gonna have. I'm gonna have them off to this side, a space of. I'm gonna have it 2 off the wall right there. All right. We're gonna build walls though. Just make sure we actually pick walls and not doors. All right. So we're gonna have wall, 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 wall. All right. We are gonna have to have a door here though. There we go. So that way the people working can actually get in there. All right, we're actually gonna put our terminal exit's actually gonna be up over here. So we're gonna go back to security and security exit. I'm gonna have that right there actually. Speaking of that, we're gonna go back down here to infrastructure and transportation. We're gonna have some buses stops. We're just actually gonna have a taxi stop too. No, can we not? Thank you. And a car stop. Right there. Put in some sidewalks. I'm back up here. First we need that one, so we need this one. We need boarding desks. Yes, obviously. Our people are just gonna have to walk out there. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. Make it 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're just gonna have 3 for right now. All right. So once those are built, we're just gonna have them connect to the first 3 right here. But we are gonna have to have them have the capability to walk outside. All right. So we're gonna go back down here to infrastructure and transportations. We're gonna have not one-way road. We're gonna have service road. We are just gonna put it down to that for right now. Alright, so we're just gonna have a crosswalk. Can I do large, large, and large? And then we're gonna go ahead and do a sidewalk. Sidewalk. There we go. Alright, so we are now going to do right click. I'm just kidding. Left. Can I? Thank you. Alright, gonna click that one to that one. No, I want that one. Sometimes you just have to double click on them to make sure that it's actually the one you want. And zoom back out. And we're going to do that one. There we go. Alright. So now we just sit here and wait for that. And then right now we have to do small stand. No, I want the stand. Thank you. I'm just going to have to kick them out. Wait for it to dismiss. And hopefully one does not pop back up. There we go. So there we go. Dismiss this aircraft. Because they're just chilling. They can get over it. Alright, we're gonna go back to that. I'm sorry. I will wait for you to get your refueling in progress. Or refueling finished, buddy. Because I don't want to be mean. Gotta let them get their fuels up. So they get back on the, I would say the road, but back in the skies. Alright, we're gonna go back to this switch between general aviation and commercial flights. All right. Something we do actually have to do is change this to commercial flights as well, which we're actually going to have to not demolish, repair the runway. Oh, that's at 100. All right. All right, sorry. All right, so now we got to go back down to staff. So we're going to hit tab, staff. We're going to do applicants. We need, what do we need? Yeah, I've already done that. Passenger service just kidding. Passenger service agents. Almost can't even speak. Gonna go down here to hire. We're just gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we need security officers now. You guys are all bad. There's 4. We need ramp agents. Ramp agents. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. And just wait for them to arrive. Are you really? Not because of that. Why are you guys... Might help if I put a door there again. There's all my peoples. How are you still not saying functional? I hope if I do this, go back to dashboard. Sorry, operations. What are you wanting? Enable ramp agent services, turnaround services. Where are... Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, now we're ready to accept general actual flights. I don't know why you're still saying that you are not connected to something when there's clearly one right there. I don't know what the issue with this is and why it's not that, because it clearly has one right there. I'm just gonna go back to economy, contracts. I'm just gonna assign, not necessarily gonna look at some of these. Just gonna assign some of them. Just gonna maple. We're just gonna do, I'm gonna do 3 for right now. All right, we're gonna hit F. Make sure all command. They are connected to that. I don't understand what your issue is, dude. I mean, it makes sense if they're... No, I don't want the employee, dude. I don't want the employee. Thank you. See, like, that would make sense because now they're not operational, right? But them being on should signify that they are connected. I don't understand what the issue is here. I'm feeling it's the door issue again. That's how you know it's been a hot minute since I've done this. Can you guys start running, please? There, put that back. Right to heat map. Yeah, they can walk that way. So I don't understand what your issue with that is. The power of Google. Once again. Actually, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and end this one right there. All right, everybody. Once again, I appreciate those that decided to hang out with me. Hopefully, we can get this issue resolved. Because I'm sure it's just something simple that I am missing once again. Because I've never really ran into this issue. But I will see you guys the next one. I hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely rest of your evening, a lovely rest of your night, wherever you are watching this video from. Make sure you tell somebody you love them, give them a hug. See you later, guys.